Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to basically, since there's like a lot of World Boss Legends for you to play from, World Boss Legend and World Boss Legend Plus, what I've decided to do is to make today's video and teach you how to play each and every one of these World Boss Legend and World Boss Legend Plus. So that if you're a new player or a returning player that saw how many there are, you're going to get an idea of what each World Boss Legend does and how to win against them. So we have Knull, Mephisto, Infinity Ultron, Gorr, Dark Phoenix, Black Swan, Corvus and Proxima, Black Dwarf and Ebony, and Kang. But Kang was supposed to be after Dark Phoenix, but he is my today's World Boss Legend. Another thing to keep in mind is, as you can see, from Black Swan until the new World Boss Legends, World Boss Legend Plus, these need just tier 4s. You cannot use Transcend Potential tier 3 and tier 4. These are only tier 4. As you can see, when we enter, it's only my tier 4s that are shown. However, if we go to, for example, Knull, it's a whole different story. This is because I'm on stage 34, but if we go to stage 9, for example, sorry, that's stage 10, stage 9, as you can see, all of my characters are here. So, let's go ahead and start with Knull, and then we're going to move down to each. So for Knull, we're just going to take any character. Just make sure that you have enough characters and supports to go ahead and use. So in today's case, we're going to use Black Panther. I'm going to put Shuri as the support, and I'm going to put M'Baku as the lead. Or actually, I'll use Nick Fury, because he has a better lead and he has support as well, as you can see. So I'm going to be on stage 9. You're going to see that I might be able to do it a little too quick. So it will be a different case for you if you're a new player who's just starting out. But do not worry, you will reach that level later on. So for this one, personally, I don't put these, or sometimes they're automatically placed there. But if you're a new player, you can go ahead and put them, though I'm not 100% sure how much the benefit of it is. But regardless, you can put or you can skip, it's up to you. However, if you're going to put here, then keep in mind, if you're going to use characters like, for example, Beast or anyone that's Transcend Potential tier 3 or even tier 4 in here, then you're not going to be able to use them to clear a World Boss Legend. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with Knull. So Knull, and like many other World Boss Legends, have 3 different stages. So I'm going to explain each and every stage. Now this will be for Knull. You're going to start off here. Make sure to get rid of this purple, the one that I just died to, because that will stun you. And now you can see that he just formed a layer. So you're going to need to go and dodge it, and then he's going to throw his symbiote. Depending on each stage, you could have Toxic Meteorite falling, or you could have the Doctor Strange spell. But regardless, for me, it is going to be the Toxic Meteorite. So let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, I'm doing it way too quickly, but do not worry. Now I'm going to need to restart this so that I can show you what that purple zone was, because that purple zone is quite important, because sometimes it can deal enough damage which you can die in. So I'm going to need to show you what it is. So let's go ahead and do this. So again, this purple one, you're going to dodge it because you're going to get stunned. And here you're going to try to make it as fast as possible. So now I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to do my... this was too fast as well. Let me just restart this again. Maybe I'm going to take like a weaker character. For example, I'll go to stage 4 and then I'll just take Thor. Actually, yeah, I'll just take Thor since he's a weaker character. Yeah, he's a weak character in my roster. So we're going to play, and I'll show you what that purple zone does. So now we're going to start, and we're going to do his rotation. If I can remember correctly, it is this one. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, it's starting to come. If you stand in here, you're going to get, as you can see, you're going to get a symbiote on you. And as you can see, you have 5 attempts. I'll show you what each attempt, what happens when you max this out. So let's just do this. And now he's going to come down after you reach X30. Preferably, you're going to switch and then wait until he jumps, because sometimes if you don't dodge fast enough, your characters can get one shot, but in this case mine did not. So now, as you can see, he's just going to swing his sword multiple times, and now he's going to swing it even more. And then after that, the third time, he's going to place his sword down, and then he's going to put these. You're going to run in the edge as like a circle, and this is what happens when this maxes out, as you can see, and then your character instantly dies. Now we're going to go to the next stage of this. So for this next stage, you're going to need to be very quickly. As you can see where he's pointing there. You're going to need to be on this circle so that you do not get consumed and have the same problem that happened before with Shuri. So this one, again, he's going to swing, and now he's going to swing again, and then he's going to jump, and then after that he's going to do the same thing that he did in the first stage, well, the second edge phase. As you can see, he's going to put his sword down. Again, go to the edge so that you do not hit any of them. This mostly works, so you don't have to worry about it. And then after that, he will jump, and then you can just dodge this easily or switch just to be safe. And now he's going to do this one, which you're going to need to walk away because it will explode. And now he will do this once again. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this. I did this too quick. There was another one that I'll need to show you in a minute, so I'm just going to skip into there. So in this one you have two options. Either you go back and then do your rotation, but sometimes you can die and not have enough time to do the rotation, or wait until Thor goes ahead and then does this, and then do your animation. So now we're going to do this, and as you can see, that is Knull's stage done. So yeah, that is for Knull and how you can go ahead and clear him with ease. So I'm going to need to show you one more stage, there's one more thing that he does, so that you can go ahead and be careful as to how you can clear it. So since we've already seen everything, we can go ahead and just skip this quite easily. So as you can see, we're just going to do this. And there we go. So that is done. In some rare cases, when Knull comes down, you can perform your rotation like this, which if you get lucky enough, you're going to get him quite low, and then you can get him. But sometimes you're not going to get lucky. The times that you will get lucky if you use characters that have iframe on them. So for example, Sentry, but it's not really recommended for you to use any PvP character in here. So we're going to switch, and as you can see, after like X12, X13, he's going to jump there. Go behind him, and then he's going to turn around, and then when he turns around, you leave. Once he places that, switch your character so that after that it doesn't move, it can just stay on one place. And then after that, he's going to finish, and now he's going to jump onto you with a circle to indicate what would happen. And now if you don't do anything, he's going to do the same one, which is going to burst symbiotes on you. And then after that, you can just do this normally. There is one more thing that you need to be careful on, though I'm not sure when he does it. Ah, this one, there it is. So this one, you're going to need to try to be careful, because as you can see, he will stun you, and if your character is not strong enough or you do not react fast enough, then you can go ahead and die, which then you can lose. So yeah, that is for Knull, and I'm going to need to show you how you can go behind him and then have a chance to do this. So as you can see, I'm gonna go behind him and then do the rotation and then do that. As you can see, I did it way before Thor needed to do his animation. So that is for the first World Boss Legend. On to the next World Boss Legend, which is Mephisto. So Mephisto is kind of a different story. He's easier than Knull, which is why I kind of recommend people to play him instead of Knull as your first World Boss Legend. But again, it's all up to you. So I'm going to need to use like a sort of a weak character so that we can go ahead and show you it. I'll just use the full symbiote team with Knull. Where's Knull? Okay, there he is. So we're going to just do that and I'll just play with Carnage. So we're going to go ahead and play. So this is, again, I'm on a low stage, so it might happen too quickly, but you will eventually reach the same level. So, Mephisto's first stage is not too hard, it is quite dodgeable actually, but as you can see, he doesn't have a health bar. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to damage him as much as you can until his health bar finally appears. So you're just going to keep on playing and then playing until his health bar reaches, as you can see, we activated it. Now you're going to wait, and then he's going to get his health bar. So again, for Mephisto, he's not as hard as Knull, so he's quite dodgeable in fact. So we're going to just do this, and then we're going to get to X15, which is another, sort of another phase. This one you kind of have to run away from it. But I will need to show you, as you can see below him, there's this bar that's slowly filling up. So I'm just going to punch him as much as I can so that we can just go ahead and show you what that does before we reach X15. Okay, so this is for X15. So try to go into some place where he doesn't have that much room. Oh, here, that was when the bar was full. So as you can see, you're going to need to grab every single one of these, else your character will die. So you're going to do this, and then you can go ahead and just simply damage him. As you can see, I got stunned because of the move that he was doing in a circle, and then he was moving around. So again, I'll try to get the bar full, though. Okay, this is what happens when the bar gets full. If you stand in there, you're going to get stunned like that. And then you just go ahead and play normally until he reaches to the final stage. As you can see, we're in the final stage already. Now he's going to go into a larger form. This larger form is kind of harder. So, this is his first move. You're going to need to dodge it like this. You're just going to go to where there's space, as you can see. Because if you stand on one of them, it can deal a lot of damage, as you can see. And now the next one is, he just places like a big triangle that you can escape. This one, which is, again, easy to escape. And then after that, he's going to go into this one, which you can't go ahead and escape it. As I told you, Mephisto is much easier as your first World Boss Legend than Knull. And then you have this one, which I think that is the last one. So yeah, as you can see, that's the last one. I'll try to also get the bar to be full. So we're just going to try and get the bar full. And again, on X15, he also has another different stage. So if he hits you with this move where he shows like one line, and then you get stunned. So you're going to need to be careful on that. So we're going to just keep on going until we reach the full bar. So, there we go. Now, as you can see, it says Mephisto is enraged. So, you're going to need to run around in circle, because if he hits you, as you can see, we get stunned. We cannot move. So, again, we're going to need to collect all of these circle, but I'm going to switch over to Knull so that I can just show you what happens when the Rage Outburst reaches max. So, we wait, and now the Rage Outburst is done. And now it's going to say I failed to stop him, and then the rage cannot be contained, which then Knull is going to, I think, die instantly. He didn't die here because he has immortality, but your characters would have died. So X12 and below, you're going to, as you can see, he's going to go into full enraged mode. So you're going to need to keep on getting these discs, and then when we go ahead and get them, we can go ahead and fight him again. This is what happens when you do not continue on fighting him. You wait, and then again, he's going to go back into full enraged mode. So generally speaking, he's much easier than Knull and doesn't have that much more of a harder idea. So we're going to just go ahead and deliver the final blow. And now there you go. That is for Mephisto. So yeah, Mephisto is a lot more easier than Knull, and he's much easier, and he's mostly recommended to do as your first World Boss Legend. The next one, it is Ultron, which I personally hate. He's really annoying. So you're going to need to be careful on that. I'll do a high stage so that we can go ahead and have enough time to talk about what he can or can't do. Again, I'll use another full-ish symbiote team. I guess, no, she doesn't count as a symbiote. I'll just use a new support, yeah. And then again, I'll use Carnage so that we can go ahead and show you everything fully. Actually, I can just use Agent Venom. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and show you what Infinity Ultron does. Keep in mind, him and Dark Phoenix are two of the most annoying World Boss Legends I have ever done, in my opinion. So you're going to start off here, and he only has X30, just like Mephisto, though Mephisto had technically X60. So as you can see, be careful on his optimization. As you can see, it's now full. He began optimization mode. You're going to need to punch him and fight him as much as possible so that you can go ahead and decrease it. This is what happens when his activation applies. You're going to need to run away from the blue one. You're going to run away. And then after the next one is ready, you punch him. This orange one is on the ground, so you just go ahead and run around. Punch him again. And then the purple one, is one circle that you're going to need to go. For the green one, he's just going to try and target you until he catches you. I'm going to punch him again because we're going to experience this in X8, if I'm not wrong. So he doesn't have that much difference other than that. So we're going to just keep on fighting him. And now he's going to get into this one. So when he gets into this one, he's just going to teleport, and then after that, beams will appear. So as you can see, you're going to need to be away from them. You're going to need to get away from them. It will be slightly challenging at first, but if you later on get it correctly, then you're not going to have that much of an issue. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. And now we have reached X8. As you can see, X8, he doesn't get any damage. You've got two options. Either you continue on fighting him because he will get damaged after that, or you're going to go into his next phase. He's going to do the same thing that he did before, except this time it's going to be twice, not just one. So as you can see, he disappeared, and now these portals are opening, and now it will happen again. As you can see, he went down from X8 to X7, which means you can damage him. So we're going to get here. You can fight him right now if you wanted to, but we are here to show you this one. As you can see, activated optimization mode again. So you're going to, again, keep on dodging them. As you can see, this one, I didn't have enough time to dodge, so my Venom is going to die. There you go. So if you do not dodge fast enough and all the Infinity Stones gather up, then the same thing will happen to Venom, which is that he's going to die. So you're going to just run. That's for the blue one. We've already experienced orange, which is just be careful on the ground, just run around. And purple, which we have experienced, run into where he's going to jump. Green, which we have also experienced, which is just him chasing you. Red, which we haven't. Again, this one you're going to need to run around before you get caught by it. And then the last one, which is yellow, which is just going to go here. And then after that, I failed because, like I told you, if all of the Infinity Stones are there, then you're going to die. Though he's not going to die because he has immortality. So characters with immortality, as you can see, because he has immortality and he didn't die, I still have the time warp on me. So I'm going to, as you can see, if one of these touches you, by the way, you're still going to die. It's the same thing as if he has full Infinity Stones. So then after that, we can just go ahead and win this. So yeah, this is just the same thing that you're going to do. As you can see, I don't have enough time, but you get the idea for how Infinity Ultron works. He will get harder, as you saw, so you're going to need to be careful. He's very, very annoying, and I do not like him. Next up is Gorr. He's also a little easy as well, though not recommended to do as your first World Boss Legend. So I'm going to take a easy character. I'll just take Sentry. Again, you're not supposed to use a PvP character, but I'm trying to demonstrate, so that's why I'm using Sentry. So we're going to go ahead and use Sentry, and we're going to demonstrate what Gorr does. So Gorr has 2 phases, though it would be 3 if the shadow below his health bar increases. So as you can see, he doesn't have that much of other attacks. He's going to do one more attack, which is this one, which you can just go ahead and escape. So you're going to fight him normally. We're just going to keep on fighting him until we reach to X15. So you're going to fight him until he reaches X15. So as you can see, we are below X15, but that's because I was fast enough to do it. So he's going to use the Necro Sword. You're going to run around in circles, be careful to dodge these. And then after that, he's going to swing his sword like this. So you're going to, again, go around in circles. Then he's going to land with a plus sign. So what we're going to do is run around so that we can show you what happens when the Necro Sword expands fully. So you're going to just run around. And now there you go. The entire thing is filled with the Necro Sword. So this will happen, this will play. And now you're going to see shadows. You're going to defeat all of them as quickly as possible before the time runs out. So as you can see, we defeated the first one. And now we're going to defeat the second one. And I think there's maybe a third one because I think we did this way too quickly. Yep, there we go. That one there. And these are the last 2 if I'm not wrong. Yep, as you can see, we are now back into fighting normally. So yeah, as you can see, we're going to move on to his second stage, which is his last one, which is on X10. Theoretically speaking, Gorr has the least amount of damage because he has X25 total, though he's not really the easiest. Anyways, so when we get here, it will be just the same as if you reached on X15 or below. However, this time, he's going to get the shadow forms with him. As you can see, there he is, the shadow forms. Now, these shadow forms are dodgeable if you're going to play your rotations normally. So if you play this fast enough and normally, you're not going to even notice that there's shadow forms. But because I'm using Sentry and he has a wider attack field, then all of the shadows have died. But the Gorr's attack move is the same as that of stage 1, which is where there's that purple area and so on and so forth. Gorr has the same amount of, the same skill type for both phase 1 and phase 2, though phase 2 is harder because on top of that they add the shadow on them. For the next one, it is Dark Phoenix, which is another annoying character that I do not enjoy fighting. As you can see, I didn't even climb higher. I just got to X11 just so I can get her artifact to use for a reroll. But besides that, I haven't really used her or played against her that much. So again, I'm going to do full symbiote team. The reason I keep on going full symbiote is, as I've mentioned, I need to show you it in as slow as possible and as understandable as I can. So we're going to start with Jean or Dark Phoenix, whatever you want to call her. So we're going to go ahead and start. So she's going to dash at you or she's going to throw her fireballs. and then she's just going to do all these moves, which again, they are quite dodgeable, except these ones are the really annoying ones, and her duplication. If she duplicates, you can just go again on the edge, so you don't have that much of a problem. So yeah, and then she's going to jump, as you can see, and then she's going to chase you. Then you're going to need to run as fast as possible. So we're going to just play this normally. I don't think Carnage is strong enough for this, so we're just going to use Venom. So she has 3 stages. So one is on X30, and then another one is on, if I'm not wrong, X13 as well, because I haven't played this World Boss Legend in such a long time. And be careful, these deal a lot of damage, especially her duplicates. Her duplicates deal a lot of damage if you get exploded on them. As you can see, this is X30. So for X30, it's I think the same as the previous one on the first. As you can see, she added a new skill on top of the first one. The fireballs are bigger, as you can see when she threw them. And when she does this, then she's going to duplicate herself twice. That's the first one, and then there's the second one. As you can see, twice duplication. It's really, really annoying. So after this, as you can see, there's also another bar below her. So I'm going to try to get that to max as much as possible. As you can see, we reached into max. So you're going to enter into the, you trying to destroy her hero's mind. So you're going to need to balance this, the one in the middle, while keeping an eye on what she does. As you can see, what she's doing. So keep an eye on the stats, because if you go too far left or too far right, then your character is going to die. However, if you're going to manage to successfully complete it, then you have an opportunity, because she is just basically, I guess, stunned or something. But regardless, you have like an opportunity, a better opportunity for you to damage her as much as possible. As you can see, X13, and then she is on her 3rd stage. For her 3rd stage, she's going to go into the middle, and then you're going to need to go as far as possible. All you can play against her right now. So she's going to do like this. You're going to just keep on dodging these with ease, no problem. And then she's going to go into that circle again. And then after that, she's just going to do the same thing she did on her 2nd stage, except she's going to add this one as well. So be careful. As you can see, you get stuck as well. And then she does this really big attack area. So she's just going to play normally, and then after that, you just go ahead and win and try to play normally. So yeah, for as you can see, since she's in the middle, she does another attack, which is just these circles, and then after that she duplicates herself. And now you're going to go ahead and just play normally. So yeah, I think that is all that there is. Don't forget that there's a lot of duplicates that she will get onto you, but they're really, really annoying and hard. So before we end with Jean, I'm just going to try and, show you what happens another time for when this is filled, when her hero mind is basically corrupted. So when she's gone into this, so your other option is, instead of trying to just wait, switch into one of the supports that you have and then go to either end until all of this is maxed out. Except the disadvantage in here is you're not going to get to stun her, which then you're going to freely deal damage as much as possible. So as you can see, and now we're just going to play normally. So just go ahead and play normally, and there you go. She's really annoying, her and Infinity Ultron, so be careful on that. Personally, I don't play them unless they're like my today's World Boss Legend. But if they are, I just usually reroll, so I don't have a problem with that. The next one is, it's supposed to be Black Swan, but it's Kang, because again, he's today's World Boss Legend. So we're going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to again use a weak character. I'm probably not going to go full symbiote. I'm going to use Thanos, because he's, for some reason, my Thanos is not the best until I use his tier 4, then he deals a load of damage. For Kang, he's not too hard, but also not too easy at all. So, As you can see, he's going to dash at you, and then he's going to slash in front of you. So you can just go ahead and dodge this quite easily. So he's going to fight you normally, and then there is one move that you're going to need to watch out very, very carefully from. I'm going to need to wait for it. Not this one, though this one is also kind of annoying, but the one after it, this one. So if you land here, as you can see, it deals a lot of damage, sometimes even kills your character. You're going to need to be careful when he jumps and then slashes his sword at you, like this. So you're going to need to be outside. Don't worry about these hitting you, they're not going to deal as much damage as it did with how he landed on me. So on X40 there is another stage, or like another move, as you can see. For this one you're just going to run on the edge, because these also deal a lot of damage. As you can see, it dealt so much damage that even my Thanos couldn't survive it. So that is for the second stage. So after this, we're going to have like a bigger problem, because he has, I think, 3 other stages after that. Not directly like one after the other. So there's like, I think, 3 different moves that he could do each run. So each run will be different. So I'm going to need to explain each and every one of them and which one is the worst one that you can counter. So you're going to just go ahead and play this normally. As you can see, we're just going to run around like this. And now we're just going to again play this. And there we go. So this is the second stage that he has multiple different moves. This is the first one. What you're going to need to do is play your rotation, and then until he reaches, as you can see, so when this happens, you're going to need to fight these small parts, these, and then when you do, you can go ahead and attack his force field. So just keep on attacking as much as possible, and then he will do it again. You just do the same thing, do that, and then do that, and then just go ahead and finish this off. So there's 2 others, if I'm not mistaken. I'll show you all of them, of course. Now for X30 to X20, you would play normally, but then there is a thing that will happen if you do not do it fast enough. So we're just going to go and walk around. I'm going to switch to a support, because so that we can go ahead and show you what happens if you don't react fast enough. So you're going to do that. As you can see, he went there, and then he's going to go and throw a sword. This is quite dodgeable. However, if you don't dodge fast enough, you're going to be locked, and then you're going to get dealt a lot of damage. So you're going to need to be careful on this. So we're going to play this normally until X20, and then he's going to snap his fingers, because then he's going to get a duplicated one of him. You don't have to worry about him, because he's not going to follow you. He's just going to throw swords and other moves at you. So just play normally. There is nothing different in here until you reach X7, if I'm not wrong, X7 and below. Or I think X8, it's one of the 2. So we're on X7, and then he's going to start the final phase. For the final phase, the final battle, you're going to need to clear it fast enough before all of your characters die. If you're going to wait long enough, as you can see, this will pop up, though it doesn't deal that much damage, as you can see, though it will stun you, so you're going to need to be careful. So you're going to play normally, and then his duplicate will come instead of Kang. So as you can see, we have defeated Kang quite easily. He's fun, though quite hard, so you're going to need to be careful on that. So I'm going to need to show you the different stages, the different moves that he has on phase 2, because there are some of them that are really hard, or especially just one of them that's really hard. The other, I think there's 2 more or 3, I can't exactly remember, because I've been usually just getting the same one over and over again. So we're just going to play this normally until we reach X30. So I'm going to do this, and now we're going to go to X30. So we're going to move to X30, and then we'll show you the other ones. As you can see, I got the same one again. So this is the sort of advantage. Sometimes you get the same one as before, the easy ones. However, there's other times we're going to get the the hard ones, like 3 times in a row maybe, or even on all of your 5 World Boss Legend clears. I'm going to still show you the rest of them, so I'm probably going to edit the video and then show you all of them at one after the other and add an explanation on top of it. So we're just going to move run around and then do this, and now we should be on X30. Yep, we are on X30. So for the next stage, it is going to be this one, yes. Okay, so again, it's the same concept for all of them. You're just going to damage his force until he does the other move. So when he's here, he's going to throw meteorites at you. So you're just going to run away and dodge them. And then he's going to go into one spot and then put a laser. Make sure to stand behind the meteorite so that you can hit the meteorite instead of hitting you. So now that's the last meteorite. And now we're just going to do the rotation simply. And then after that, it is the same thing after it. So that's for the second one, and I think there's 2 more, if I'm not wrong. The really hard one, and there's, I think, another one, if I remember this correctly. So we're going to play this again. So we're going to do our rotation. As you can see, this one I kind of fucked up the rotation because I did my proc too soon. So we're just going to, as you can see, it's gone, and now we're on X30. So hopefully we should, yes, this is the really annoying one. So my opinion, do not do anything here because this will happen. So you're going to need to go at one of the corners depending on which one it is. Now, for this one, I'm going to use M'Baku because, as you can see, you're going to need to go to one of them and then after just play any rotation until you damage all of his force field. I will show you why I didn't use Black Panther. So, I'll show you why you shouldn't use characters that have an ability for you to dash. So, he's going to do this, and now we're going to do this, and as you can see, my Black Panther is going to dash to the other side, which then he's going to get damaged. Sometimes you're going to even die because of that the force field. So yeah, that is all for Kang, because yeah, I think there's only 3 of them that, if I remember correctly, there's only 3 of them. So now we're going to move on to the last 4 World Boss Legend Plus. So we're going to start with Black Swan, which is honestly the worst one out of the list in my opinion. She is really, really, really annoying. So I'm going to use Beta Rebuild because he's my fastest clear out of anyone, and mainly because I need to show you how she does it in the lowest amount of span of time while keeping it understandable, because the video might get too long after this. So we're going to go ahead and play. As you can see, she's going to have a force field just like that of Kang. What you're going to need to do is just play normally and then until the force field is complete, as you can see below her health bar. So you're going to play normally. Again, she doesn't have that much of an attack per se. So I'm just going to switch characters until my Beta Rebuild just finishes out of cooldown. And then once we do that, we're going to go ahead and play. Keep in mind, rage characters in here will not have the rage activated until after the force field is taken down. So on X30 is when her next stage should be. Yep, there we go. That's for her X30. So she's going to jump, throw these beam, and then go instantly into one of the corners and then run back inside. As you can see, so that she doesn't lock you or damage you. So we're going to play here, do this all normally. She's going to do it twice. As you can see, that's another time. And I'll go to the far edge, and then after that, run away. And then play your rotation normally. And then there we go. We have taken down the force field, jump, and then play this normally. As you can see, there's another stage, and then when it says launches a powerful attack, for the first one, run directly into a corner so that you do not get damaged by these. And then after that, stay in the same corner, because then you can go ahead and dodge these with easily, sorry. And then for this one, you're going to kind of have to guess, because I'm not 100% sure as to where the first one is, since they're the same color. And then it will tell you to attack the weakened force field. And now she's going to do this move, this circular one. Again, you can go run into an edge until she is done. Now, when she's done, she's going to do the same thing and then run to the corner. And then after that, she's going to come and chase you. So, as you can see, she does the same move again. And then we can go ahead and win this again. So yeah, that is all for Black Swan. Though there is one more move that I forgot to show because I did it way too quickly. So I'll need to show you it again, because there's an important move that I don't need to show you it. So let me just go ahead and do this again and then show you it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start this. Play this normally. So we're going to go ahead and play. So yeah, as a reminder again, rage characters will not be able to activate their rage except energy characters when she's in her when she's still in the force field, which I'm not sure why, but maybe it's a feature, I don't know. So we're just going to wait, because I think it's around this stage, where this one here, where she's going to do the move. I can't exactly remember. Yes. So you're going to need to stand right here at the back, and then after she's going to show you circles, then you're going to need to stand on each like this, and then run here, and then you can just go ahead and fight normally and just follow along with what I did before that, as after this they're all the same. So yeah, that was for the first World Boss Legend Plus. Keep in mind you can only use tier 4 for this one. The next one, it is Corvus and Proxima. So this one, it's not too hard, honestly. Another thing that I forgot to mention is, as you can see, Knull is universal. Infinity, Ultron, universal, universal. In World Boss Legend Plus and Mephisto, for Mephisto, as you can see, he's blast. Kang is also universal, by the way. Mephisto, he is blast. Black Swan is speed. Corvus and Proxima, they have speed and universal. Black Dwarf and Ebony have blast and combat, no universal on this one, so you can use your advantage there. And for Thanos, it is universal, or pretty much all of the typing in here, because as you can see, it says Thanos and the Black Order, so it's all the Black Order in here. Regardless though, for this one you can use an advantage by just using a universal character, because universal is better than both of them. As for the Proxima one, you can just use, I guess, combat or universal. Combat better than speed, but universal is better than both of them. So, regardless, we're going to go ahead and start and do this once again. So, we're going to use Beta Rebel again, because he's my fastest and I'll need to keep this as understandable as possible. So you're going to start with Corvus, not Proxima. As you can see, Corvus is starting out the fight. You're going to just play normally, and as you can see, there are 3 lasers per se. You're going to play normally, nothing too different, anything different. He doesn't have any strong fight except this one from Proxima, so you're going to need to be careful of this. So you're going, as you can see, he went directly in the middle. Then you're going to need to point this towards Corvus. That's what these laser things are below their health bar. So you're going to need to get 3 of them so that you can quote-unquote kill Corvus. Quote-unquote, because you're going to just have a time limit until Corvus respawns. So we're just going to keep on playing. Play normally, nothing is too different. And now again, we have this point here, and then once it hits, you're going to have 2 lasers, and then after that the third one is going to quote-unquote kill. For X-43, we're going to move to the first phase, which is launching countless spears. These are quite easily dodgeable, so you're going to not need to worry that much about it. So as you can see, quite easily to dodge. And now we're going to just play normally. So do this, and he should be able, he should go and perch, which means we're going to need to use the laser on him. So we're just going to play normally. And now, as you can see, he's gone to the middle, and this time you're going to need to go close to him when it's a circle on you. As soon as it's placed, you're going to run away so that you do not hit yourself. As you can see, Corvus has died, and now Proxima is in the zone. There's only 15 seconds before Corvus comes back, so you're going to need to try to make the most out of it, since Proxima, I think it's Proxima, no, it's Corvus that has the speed. Proxima is the one with Universal. So X24 is when the next stage will happen, the next phase. So we'll need to just play until the next phase plays out. So play normally. I do not know if I passed it or not just by winning against Proxima. But as you can see, their fight is getting a little harder, as you can see for this one. Again, make sure to point the laser at him and not at you, because you will die if you get all 3 lasers yourself. So you're going to play normally. The fights will get harder. As you can see, there's a lot more lines this time that you're going to need to dodge. So play normally, because for some reason the next phase is not happening. Okay, so there we go. So you're going to need to be careful because they're both fighting you this time. So they're both using their skills at the same time. After this is done, run directly into Corvus so that you can point this. And now that's done, I think I missed it. No, I did not. And then after that, you can go ahead and fight them. But be careful, the fight can get quite hard because of Proxima. So you're just going to play this normally, and there you go. That's the World Boss Legends done. So yeah, that is for the World Boss Legends, the second one for Proxima and Corvus. The third one, which is Black Dwarf and Ebony. So again, I'll use Beta Ray Bill for demonstration. Keep in mind you can obviously use any tier 4 that you have, but I'm using Beta Ray Bill because he's my fastest clear and he doesn't need support to do much of anything. So now we're going to start in here. So sorry, I forgot his name. He's going to chase you. Black Dwarf is going to chase you, and you're going to just run around. And now you're going to get an Aether. Make sure to go to the Aether before he gets it. If he gets all 3, then he is going to get a buff in his damage. So you're going to just play normally. And now we're just going to start doing everything with the rotation. Play this out normally. Another Aether has been generated. We're going to go ahead and get it. Wait until he pushes so that you don't mess up your rotation. So now, after that, we can go ahead and play this. And now, the third one should generate quite soon. His next phase, I think, is X43. So, we get the third one. And now, as you can see, he's stunned for as long as these are there. As you can see below, the ones that are counting down right now. So, play normally. Just do everything. And now, for X43, which says Black Dwarf launches a powerful attack, make sure to keep these circles together so that you can have enough time and enough space to dodge these movable ones. So move here until he is done, and once he's done, you can go ahead and play before the next phase starts. So after that, this is the next phase. So this one is not too hard, you can see where it is. It's not too difficult for you to dodge this. And now after this, you're going to need to push right in front so that you don't die. And then after that, you can go ahead and play this normally. And then there will be one more stage, one last stage, before you are done with having to worry about anything else. So as you can see, the next Aether has been generated. It's right there. And then we got it. So charge up my energy. Again, keep in mind that rage characters will work. Obviously, they're much better in World Boss Legends. though I prefer you use a energy character for Black Swan. So now you're going to get this. The circle will always point to the middle. Push to the front, and then after that, both Ebony and Black Dwarf will use the same move that that Black Dwarf did when he was doing each one of them differently. So you're just going to need to run away and make sure to just keep each circle away and while dodging Black Dwarf's moves. So we're going to get the Aether, and now play this normally. And the next Aether, which is the last one before we go ahead and stun him, has been generated. And as you can see, it's right over there. We grabbed it, and then we can go ahead and finish this off. So yeah, that is for the third World Boss Legend Plus. The last World Boss Legend Plus, it is Thanos. Now for Thanos, I've made a guide on the forums, and I have actually one, and now my guide is on the best tips if you want to go ahead and check that out, which I was honestly very surprised. But regardless, if you want to check it out, it's obviously in the forum's best tip. I'm right there. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the first, with Thanos obviously, and his Black Order. So we're going to use Beta Ray Bill again. And now we can go ahead and start. So, for Thanos, in the first stage, for Thanos, it is quite easy. And he doesn't have that much, that hard of attacks, honestly. They're all quite easily dodgeable. As you can see, simple attacks and whatnot. So, as you can see, we have 6 Black Order members, and I'll need to show you each and every one of them. So, we're going to wait until he gets us the first and basically any of the Black Order members. So, we're just going to wait normally. There we go. So, the first one is Corvus and Super Giant. As you can see, that's Super Giant's moving me in, and that's Corvus with the lines. So you're going to need to be careful on that. So again, we're just going to damage him as much as possible so that we can have enough time to clear him out and get him to the next stage. So move here, move around. And the next one should be coming soon. This time we're on the next one. You're going to need to dodge this circle and then run in a clockwise motion. And then that was the second phase. So you don't have to worry about it. The second phase is X42. So the second phase, which was not too hard, honestly. But we're going to wait for the next Black Order members. So the next ones are here. We already saw what Corvus can do. Now for Ebony, as you can see, that meteorite is from Ebony. And the other sword throws was from Corvus. Keep in mind, each one of them has 2 different attacks per character. So it will be kind of difficult to show all of them in here. So I'll just try to show the different ones. So now we get Proxima. Now she's just throwing their spear. As you can see, for Super Giant, she's just moving around and then duplicating herself just like Dark Phoenix. So we're going to move around, and now we just have Black Swan and Black Dwarf left. So we're just going to move around, and hopefully we get both Black Dwarf and Black Swan. We got Black Swan, and now she's just going to run and then jump at you. As you can see, she's jumping and then mashing the ground. And now for the last one, which is Black Dwarf, we're just going to go ahead and wait. I'm just going to do this simple rotation just so that I can heal myself. So we're just going to run around. And okay, so we got these. So as you can see, we've already done this before. It's the same attack. But these do get kind of hard, honestly. So you're going to need to watch out on that. So we're going to run around until we get Black Dwarf, because he's just the last one that we have. So there we go, we got Black Dwarf. Black Dwarf, as you can see, is just running towards us, and that's the Black Swan's other move, which is just standing up there while she levitates, and basically you just need to not get close to that circle. So yeah, generally speaking, the bosses are not too hard unless they are Corvus or Proxima, because they have these spears. And as you can see, after X21, the other Thanos will appear. And once he does that, as you can see, he will stab him, and then after that all of the Black Orders will be snapped away, which means you're just going to deal with just Thanos. So this other Thanos, he doesn't have that hard of different moves. He just has one hard move, which is him throwing the meteorites at you. So we're just going to need to wait for this one to appear. As you can see, this one is throwing the meteorites at you. So yeah, that's pretty much all that there is to this new World Boss Legend Plus, which honestly he is quite fun. I'm having a lot of fun just fighting him and playing around with him. So yeah, that's pretty much all for every single World Boss Legend explained, and hopefully I have explained it enough for you guys to go ahead and understand it as good as possible. So yeah, there we go, we have done the last World Boss Legend Plus. So yeah, as you can see, they're all quite fun. Most of them are fun, some of them are quite annoying, just like Ultron or Dark Phoenix. And generally speaking, whichever World Boss Legend you find best in your favor, go ahead and do him as much as you want. So yeah guys, that was all for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please subscribe and like, and let me know down below if you have understood and this was very informative for you, and if it has helped you in your journey in any sort of way. If you have any questions, let me know down, and then I'm going to answer everyone as always. So yeah guys, I'm going to go ahead and see you in the next video.